What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Summit Firewood. We're up here on the mountain today. We got this pile of logs moved yesterday. This video is going to be kind of out of order, and I apologize for the wind today. Being up here on the mountain, there is a lot of wind when they call for wind. Behind me, I have the New Holland with the Halverson on it. New Holland's warming up. We're going to try to process the rest of that pile of wood today. Don't know how far we're going to get. We're supposed to get some rain later on. It looks like after dark or close to, so I want to try to get most of it cut up and piled where the logs were. Yeah, so let me show you the Halverson, get you a little closer. This is where pile of logs was. Got some offcuts that definitely would not go through that Halverson whatsoever. That knotty stuff, my machine doesn't have high enough relief to split that. And then this stuff, I think any machine's gonna have a heck of a time. I mean, you're looking at some good knotty, crooked junk that'll never go through anything. Any processor's gonna have a hard time with that. But here's the Halverson. It's a 140B. And I currently have the 6-way on it. I just put a brand new chain on. This thing works pretty good as long as my logs are straight. They stay straight, we should fly through them. I have a hookaroon inside the cab that if when it falls down, whew, that wind is brutal. If it falls down in there crooked, or the last piece goes in and it stands up on end, which it does quite a bit with this unit, I can reach out with the hookaroon and pull it around. If not, I just get out. But I'm excited to get this going. I'm probably gonna end up doing a voiceover. I ended up getting a microphone, and I didn't realize that this GoPro doesn't exactly hook up to it without a separate piece. So, but here's everything stacked up. Get a little easier for us to grab with the machine. That big pile, I couldn't. I tried it the other night when I got the machine back, when my skid loader came back, but I could not get it without fighting with everything. I actually cut a bunch of these down to size. They say 12 foot is max. That one's going to be fun to do. 12 foot max. I've had them 15 foot, but for the most part I cut everything the same length. If you guys haven't heard of N&N trailers, these things are all galvanized, and this is my 7x14 HD. It's a little heavier than I needed, but I wanted to do a one-time purchase, one and done, for the same price, actually a couple thousand more than a regular trailer, dump trailer I should say. I'll never have to buy another trailer again. It's got the combo gates, so if I want to, I can load my skid loader in the back or whatever I need. Came with that tarp kit. It's a solid unit. I had to go all the way to New York to get this. There's no dealers close to me. It was about 3.5 hours. And my Duramax was down when I picked this up. I pulled this thing home with that little 2003 Chevy 1500. Did all right. Did not like the hill coming up the mountain, but this is nice. I like this trailer a lot. It's got the hydraulic power lift jack on the front. It's HD, so it's got a bigger cylinder. But this is a good unit right here. I can't wait to put this thing to use. Let me get you set up. I gotta put bar oil in the Halverson, and we'll get set up and we'll start cutting up logs. You're gonna see here while I'm moving this pile of logs around, every once in a while I'll spin it. I'm trying to get the fat side, so when I pick it up with the Halverson, it'll be on the right side, the splitting side of the machine. That way there all the weight is to the right, and it won't try to flip off the table with all that extra weight on the left. And I do that quite a bit. I don't think I catch it as much with splitting the video. And then right before, or actually right after the camera died in one section, it just missed me running my phone over. I got out to take my bibs off because it was getting warm. Stupid me put my phone on the tire and never picked it back up. Somehow it still worked, but a rock did smash the screen, so I had to get a new one that afternoon. There we go. That big pile that was there, stacked all nice and neat over here. I had to do some sorting. What would go through the Halverson and what wouldn't. Sorry about the wind. It's extremely windy today. But we got this a little neater, a little more organized, so it's easier to grab with the Halverson. We got some shorts over here. Might be able to get to it with the machine. If not, we'll just buck them up by hand. You got these pieces here. These are all the squirrely ends, big knotty stuff that won't go through it. And then obviously this here, this stuff is definitely not going to go through that machine. So get that taken care of. Either we might do some more today, get the Halverson out, get some more today, but definitely tomorrow. We're going to split it all into a pile here, and I'll re-split it into totes. All right, so here's the next day. You're going to see that this, when it goes to cut and split in the beginning, it's kind of slow. The hydraulics were still a little chilly from sitting outside all night. It takes a while for me to get going because the controls are just two little boxes with 3 buttons on each box, and you're supposed to zip tie them to the hand controls, but I don't want those to always be zip tied to my controls, and I feel like they're going to get in the way, so I just put them on my lap for the time being. But they're fairly easy to use. I haven't used this thing in probably a year, so it took me a while to get back in the jive of things, but you'll see here in a minute. It's kind of going to speed through everything. I kept losing my batteries because it was getting cold out and they wouldn't hold a charge for some reason. But it's kind of going to be a little time lapse. Well, here it is, guys. We got this section or load of logs done that was here. I didn't quite get these shorts done. Got most of them done, but we got a good pile of wood here now. Tell you what, the Halverson's way better than doing it how I used to do it with a chainsaw and that splitter. But what a pain in the ass it is sometimes with certain logs. They have to be exactly perfect. Like this log here, I fought with this. I just started throwing the ones over there. These logs here, I kept having issues with. Those and a few of these here are just, it's not worth getting frustrated over. And then with the oak and stuff, if you don't trim the sliver off the end and have it a fresh cut, it just gets jammed up in there and you got to get out and beat it out with a maul or a hammer. It's kind of frustrating. For what I paid for it, I'll deal with the aggravation for now. I'd really like to upgrade to a trailered unit, but it's getting cold. We're supposed to get some bad weather tomorrow. I'd like to get this stuff put in the totes and cut up the rest of this rounds out here. But yeah, we got to cut these squirrely ones up, those over there, whatever's left in the shorts and the runners I have on the ground, and then we'll be able to get another load of logs in here. But like I said, that Halverson's, it's good. It's better than cutting it with a chainsaw and splitting it. But if I was to do it again, I'd save the money and get a trailered unit. Don't get me wrong, it's a quality machine. It's built good. It's heavy duty for sure, but you got to have perfect logs. You just have to. It's very frustrating, and I'm sure some parts of this video you'll see I get pretty frustrated over it, but it's a good starter unit for what I'm trying to do, and I'll have it for at least a year or two, and then I'm gonna probably upgrade unless something comes along, or I can trade it in on another unit. But that's gonna wrap it up for this one. Next video is either gonna be, it's probably gonna be splitting up these rounds and then getting that stuff into crates so I can get another truckload of logs in here. But once this stuff is all cut up and split, that's going to be about, I'm going to say about 8 cords, because I got 3 over there that are already done. That's a good pile there. This is going to make a good bunch. This is pretty big stuff here, 15-inch average. So, like I said, we'll get all this stuff picked up and put in crates and resplit. Get another truckload in here, clean my mess up and fix this driveway before I go in. But if you guys like this content, like, subscribe, share it, make some comments, let me know what you think, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.